What is up, guys? This is Pop Music Glittergland, and this is my movie review on Happy Death Day. Now, like I said, there will be no spoilers in anything, just going to say my opinion, how I felt, what I thought of the movie, all that good stuff. Alright. I haven't been doing movie reviews a lot because I've been so busy, but I'm not so busy anymore now. So I'm able to do movie reviews whenever I please. Anyways, back on topic. Um, I saw Happy Death Day on opening night on Friday the 13th, and you know, it was it was pretty decent. If you ever watched the movie Groundhog's Day, it's basically kind of like that, only more towards horror, and like it was pretty good. I actually enjoyed it. The killer, it could have been anyone, but it really was just only one person. Not gonna say who it was, but that person was kind of obvious, if you want to say. Um, it's not like it's the crappiest movie of the year. Trust me. Um, like I said, with me, I watch anything horror, whether it's remake or original, sequel or prequel. No matter what, I watch it just so I can have my viewpoint and stuff. Um, I'm also gonna squeeze in another movie review in here too, because it deserves to have a review because I saw it also. So I'll be doing two in one video. But currently working on Happy Death Day now. I enjoyed how, like, in the one scene where the killer just like grabbed the dude's bong, smashed it, and used the tip of the bong as a sharp weapon, just like impaled the chick, and like she just woke up. And I was just like, damn, looks like bongs can be killer now. Jokes aside, you know, it was not gory at all. I enjoyed the balance of the storyline, and you know, the storyline was great. I had no issue with Happy Death Day. I mean, in my opinion, 10 out of 10. I extremely recommend watch Happy Death Day because I felt like it's a good film, and you know I think Happy Death Day is going to be considered extremely underrated, and I mean I think people should just give it a chance. I thought it was great. Now I understand people are like, oh, this movie felt more like comedy. I'm like, comedy and horror. In my opinion, I felt like it was great at being horror, and I get the how people are saying it's like because some parts are like tiny bit silly, but other than the tiny bit silly parts of the stuff, like it's mostly the main protagonist's one liners that's what people like how she makes jokes and stuff a bit, and that's the parts that I get funny. But other than that, it's not really comedy horror. It's more like horror with one liners. So if you enjoy something like it's more or less like the horror, like the theme and genre level is as the same as Evil Dead 2. So like I know Evil Dead 2 is considered comedy horror because it had a bit more comedy than horror in it. But in a way, this one has the horror overshadows, and like it dominates the over the comedy, because the comedy little to none in Happy Death Day. Happy Death Day is just basically really good. And again, I 10 out of 10 recommend it. You won't be upset, you won't be disappointed. Um, when I found out who the killer was, I was like, oh wow, that's pretty shocking. Yeah. And then after I saw who the killer was, after I said shocking, I'm just like, wait a second. I guess it was obvious also, but again, like I said before, you have to watch the whole film to understand. And like I said, it wasn't that bad. It was pretty decent. So, you know, so Happy Death Day gets 2 thumbs up. 10 out of 10. Good. Next thing that's gonna be with the next movie review I'm doing right now, and it's questionable. and that would be a sequel to a very good movie that I enjoyed. It is Jeepers Creepers 3. That's right, I saw that the day it came out, which was the only day it showed, anyways. It only had like one release date, like only one showtime, and that's it. After that, they didn't show it again. Now, I'm going to explain to my best of my ability on two things on why the movie only had one showtime and why I'm calling this movie questionable. First, well, we'll get those two out of the way actually after. I just remembered I would have to do that because of reasons. But, okay. So, Jeepers Creepers 3. Gotta say, I went to go see it. I had high hopes for it. And, you know, I really didn't know what direction it was going in. The deaths were different this time in this film. Unlike the last two where just the deaths just happened, this one the deaths were made in slow motion. Yeah, you heard me. I am not babbling. I'm not speaking too fast. Slow motion, like Mortal Kombat. Yeah, I get the direction they were trying to get at with this Mortal Kombat style. I thought it was decent, but on the other hand, other people were not scared. Their reactions more laughter and tears, with as in funny. I thought it was pretty cool. I didn't laugh or anything. I just was like, oh wow, damn. Like, you know, you have to be like shocked that the person died, but like it's in slow motion. Everyone else is not shocked, they're just laughing. I'm just like, I mean, I guess I'm just different than everyone else. I mean, it's just life, I guess, but I didn't think it was like a hardcore comedy like everyone else is painting it out to be. And I thought the acting was not terrible. I mean, I get it. This movie was rushed, but it was rushed due to the fact that, unfortunately, the director had some altercations that went on behind the scenes back in the 80s or 90s, some shit like that. But he didn't get in trouble until after Jeepers 2. And Jeepers 3 was supposed to be made after Jeepers 2, but he only did like the first half of the film of the third one. And then he got arrested, and then a new director took over. And that new director basically didn't know what was going on, so he made it as if it was a whole different film or a reboot of Jeepers or some shit like that. Because a lot of weird elements from the first two films were definitely not in the third one that should have been in the first two. You get what I mean? I'll tell you. Slight spoiler. Slight. Just a little slight spoiler. Jeepers Creepers truck is for some reason Boober. I said Boober. I meant to say booby trapped. That's right. It's booby trapped. Something that they didn't even show in the first two. I don't get it. It showed that his truck was normal in part one when he threw the cop's body or head in the truck after he sucked the tongue out of it. Ugh. But it showed that the truck was normal. It didn't show spikes or anything like that. None of that. No, in the third one, apparently, out of nowhere, his truck is booby trapped. What else? Oh, yeah. Besides the truck being booby trapped, was the truck ever bulletproof? Because last time I checked in the first two, that truck ain't bulletproof. At least, not bulletproof enough to have shit ricochet back at you. That's right, because someone shoots at the truck and it ricochets back at them, killing, you know, them and the person that was helping them. I don't get it. I think that death was out of context with the whole film. Everything about the whole film was like, I know what they were trying to accomplish. I know what they tried so hard to make this film work in so little time they were trying to achieve it in. Because they really wanted the film to be finished because they felt bad that the guy who directed the first half of the original third of the other two, like who was trying to get the whole third one out by its own stuff, got arrested because of a poor choice he made back in the day. I think that, you know, if he had already started on a project, they should just let him finish the project first. After the project's released, then lock him up or whatever before he can even start on anything else. Because this is why either if he got arrested while recording whatever he has, just put that damn production on hold until he can even find a way to get out so he can finish up the rest of his work. Or B, even if you filmed everything and all that, just give it up, like throw it out, like destroy the film, because there's no point. There's no point. All I've got to say is Jeepers 3 gets possibly like a half thumb, and only one half thumb, because although the first half was obviously amazing, towards the rest of the film was, I guess, all over the place. It was good, but it was also bad. Like, if you want to watch the third film because you're expecting something perfect, like the first two, unfortunately don't watch it. But on top of that, you're just going to have to stomach it and watch the horrible film, only because if you don't, because the fourth one's already coming out. Yeah, they're planning on making a part 4 to just end the whole series, because it's not going to have any more 4. You have to watch the third one, like you really have to, even if you were planning on watching it for perfection or whatever. It's not perfect. It's not the best by any means. It's watchable. That's all I'm going to say. It's watchable. That's why I get to have them. It's watchable. But you have to watch it. Unfortunately, for anything to make sense, you have to watch the third one, because spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, the third one takes place between the first film and the third film. And that's because at the end of the film, the main protagonist who lives goes on the bus to that sports team that winds up getting killed off in part 2. The character that was supposed to be the main protagonist was that geeky, nerdy guy with the glasses from part 2, who was like always picked on by the jocks or some shit like that. He became the main protagonist in part 3, but not only did his look change, but his name kind of got changed too. So, it just, I don't know. I mean, I gotta say, Jeepers 3, do I recommend you watch it? For storyline and plot purposes, yes. To understand what's gonna happen in the future. For entertainment, kinda. And for something that's supposed to be amazing, like a movie everyone wants to watch and not be bored of. I guess I'll just put it this way. Watch at your own risk. I'd say Redbox it. That's the thing I'm trying to get at. Redbox Jeepers 3 and judge it for yourself. Because in my opinion, I'm going to be honest, I usually watch films mostly for plot and story and reasoning anyways. You know what I mean? I need to understand what's going on and to know why this and why that. But yeah, so let me go straight to the top 2 reasonings why the film got the release it did. Okay. So, the reason why I only got one showtime was because, again, the movie was last minute. And they had no time to get more release dates, or more showtimes for staying longer. Number 2, like I said, I give this movie had gotten a 5 out of 10 because again it's neutral, so like be your own judge again. Yeah, that's basically it. I hope you guys have a good Halloween, and the next movie I plan on reviewing, and I'm going to be watching it when I can. It'll be after Halloween, unfortunately, is Saw 8 Jigsaw. Cannot wait. I love you guys so, so much. Hit the button and subscribe below. Be a member of Glenn. And you know what they say at the end? Be tuned, stay tuned, always love being tuned. Bye, guys.